This is how the magic happens right here. I'm showing the magic. That's not blood. It would look weird if it tried, if it is.
Kirsten's Agenda is the name of my show. It's a way to make art and learn stuff and grow. There will be lots of segments and maybe some guests. 10 minutes of deep breath, that is my quest. If while we're here, then our insides expand to be more compassionate to our fellow man and woman and person. And remember, the truth is that kindness is cool. Have sex with my feelings and being cruel. Because our power, it lies in our minds and our hearts. Opening up is a really good place to start. Kirsten's Agenda.
Number one, I think that the act of femininity, I always like list things like that's number one. Number 28, feminine to me is non-linear. Feminine to me is like spirals. It's like an onion to me. But that's what's so great about, I don't know, adjectives, descriptors. You might have a totally different version of it. You might say, well, to me, being a lady boss is no different than being a man boss. I think it is. I think you have to put down certain things that are distinctly feminine. You have to be more decisive. Not that women are decisive. I'm not saying that. This is where we get into this whole thing about being a girl. And there's like this right way to be a girl and there's right way to be a lady boss. I don't even know. I don't know. And maybe that is the whole thing about what it means to be a lady boss, is that you're in touch with your vulnerability. Maybe we should encourage all men to try to be lady bosses, or people that masculine identify. Like, get in touch with your lady boss side, that part that says, I might not know the answer to that, or how do we make sure that everybody wins? How do we nurture the room? These sorts of things. That's what it is. I think it's the ability to open things up. Someone else might watch this and be like, no, that's not being a lady boss. Being a lady boss is being cool. That's them. There was a woman named Theodora, and she was basically a prostitute. She was also an actress in the Byzantine Empire. And her husband, his name was Justinian. And when he married her, he moved her throne up next to his so that they would rule next to each other. And I think we need more of that. And to be a lady boss means you're keeping your own feminine, energetic essence. But like, how do you do that in a world that sort of values masculine behavior? So the person we're about to meet is my sister. We don't have the same genes or anything like that. However, I've known her forever. She knows my heart. I know her heart. And we happen to be business partners. We are going to talk to Robin Christensen, who is the chief financial owl at the Blinking Owl Distillery that I'm a co-owner of with her and her husband, Brian Christensen. And she's a wellspring of information. Enjoy her glory. She's just an art, magic, business, all the things. Here's Robin. It's totally a normal time, because every time is a normal time to be drinking a spirit at the Blinking Owl Distillery, where you are actually at right now. You are at my home away from home. Well, your house is my home away from home, but that is my other home away from home. And behind you is Bastion, Penelope, Coco, Frigalicious, our school, and all the people are back there. And Robin is because this is the adorable yet serious name for you. You are the chief financial owl.
I am.
At the Blinking Owl Distillery. You are a tried and true lady boss.
I am.
Does the term lady boss bug you? Or are you cool with it?
No, I mean, I think I'm honored to have it. I am a lady boss. I've been a lady boss since 2002. So I just been a boss all my, pretty much, since I've been working. So yeah, it's cool. I mean, now with the lady boss term, I think it's cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm a lady and I'm a boss. Okay.
Exactly. And it doesn't bother me. Some people are like, why would you delineate between the two things? People say like, well, some people feel like it's diminishing to delineate between the two things, but I think we have feminine qualities that can fly in the face of what people traditionally think of as being a boss. But I would say that those things are some of the very things that make a really good business person. There's downsides to being overly empathetic. There's downsides. There are worse downsides about behavior than saying, I care about the people who have agreed to make my business happen.
Right.
There's worse than that.
I think you get both. You get either you're a bitch, which I haven't gone to that end of the spectrum. I don't think, I've rarely been called that. But I feel like it's so hard to balance. And as a woman, I guess I never thought of my position as like, I am I have difficulty because I'm a woman in this position, because I owned my company before, I own it now. I have more investors now, but I've never looked at myself as that I was restricted because I was a woman. So I didn't play into those roles, or I didn't even think about that at all. I didn't think of it as a man's world. No, I know in corporate it's a lot different. I've just never had that experience. Neither was I raised that way. My parents told me I could do anything. Like, I was like, great, I'll be president. Nah, I don't feel like being president because I smoked pot and now I can't be president because you have to write it on the thing. Granted, that doesn't hold anymore, but there's, you think about all of that. But anyway, no, I enjoy being a boss. I don't see my life any other way. It'd be kind of difficult to work for somebody.
You do a lot of things differently than other people. And I'm wondering, I think that's the only choice you have, is to look at yourself as like, I'm a boss, because you have to be able to stand behind choices that you make, down to like, I'm thinking of like, there are those cracks in the bathroom at Blinking Owl, and you were like, I'm designing this place, and you said, we're going to put gold grout in these cracks. Instead of trying to cover it up, we're going to put little gold. It is one of the coolest things in that, but I'm saying that's how you work all over that. You make these choices, and I feel like, isn't that what being a boss is like being able to stand behind those choices and say, I made that choice. No one else made me do that.
I think what it is the most empowering thing about being a boss is bringing an idea to fruition. And there are a million things you have to personally do. It comes with so much responsibility, but it's the coolest thing to see what you want, what you saw in your brain come to fruition. And that's my favorite part of business for me. I love building businesses. I really enjoyed getting this off the ground. It was a nightmare. You saw, I'm super gray now and tired, but I loved it. I love a project. I love creating. I love designing. So that came along with this, and it was really fun. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, you do. You have a million decisions to make, and you're super grown up, super fast, even more grown up than grown-ups, because grown-ups normally don't have to make, unless you're a business owner, have to make all these crazy decisions every single day, every minute. And it's a lot. It's cool, but it's a lot.
I'll sing you a tale of Ambrose the owl. He was too cool for school, and he'd not hoot, he'd growl. He wore a small leather jacket and a permanent scowl, and his talons, they were dirty. I don't mean sexy. I mean foul. There's this other owl by the nickname of Blinky, and he noticed Ambrose's, his talons were stinky. So he conjured an alcohol not too drinky, and instead clean your hands. So they were clean as a winky. Blinky was a science nerd. He said, Ambrose, put this on your bird paws and your germs will be deferred. Let's this sanitizer complies with the WHO standards. Haven't you heard? Let's all agree not to be dirty birds. This episode has been brought to you by Blinking Owl hand sanitizer. Put it on your paws.